This episode of the Damage Guild podcast is sponsored by listeners like you. Join the guild at patreon.com/damageguild to receive exclusive perks, member rewards, and bonus content.
Previously on the Damage Guild podcast.
You fly straight past the other two ships and are edging up on the back of the ship. One of the wizards looks directly at your group and shouts, "They're coming! Everyone, ready your weapons!" The caster at the front of the ship spots Stripey flying in and casts a spell, and Stripey begins to fall in a graceful arc.
Stripey, no!
No, Stripey! The caster that was at the front of the ship is holding in his hand a very fancy golden scepter. He heads below decks.
I'm just going to go right up to the foredeck.
I'll fly up to the ship, grab the rigging.
Let me christen this ship with the blood of our enemies. Tokas lands on the banister, and I look down, and I see that's the guy that ruined our stealth mission. And so I will Misty right in front of him.
So the mage in front of you chants a few words, and this aura of fire envelops him.
So I would like to use my new perk on him. When a creature within 5 feet of you casts a spell, you can use a reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature.
Boom.
Is he casting his spell?
Spicy.
Yes, he did cast a spell.
Spicy.
I have not yet used my reaction. I would like to...
What is that? Is that from Mage Slayer?
I've become a mage slayer.
So spicy.
Upgrade.
Yeah, which to our listeners, it's not a good feat to pick up. I did look online, and everybody tells me it's bad. But it's so cool, and I know Thane loves casters.
Do you have to use your reaction to do it?
It does more than just this. It has 3 lines of text, and I'm only revealing what it's doing right now.
Perfect.
Sure, no, but I'm saying, like, in order to do this action, you use your reaction to make that attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to use the reaction, and the creature has to be within 5 feet of you, and they have to cast a spell.
Okay, well, that makes sense for a mage slayer. I mean, it's
it's basically a different type of opportunity attack.
Yep, it's on brand.
Yeah. So I'm going to attack. I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
So that would be an 11.
Pretty good.
Okay, well that misses.
And that doesn't involve the images, right? They have high enough armor class that an 11 wouldn't.
Yeah, so it would miss the images too.
Ooh, I have Bardic.
Yeah, you have your Bardic, but he already said it misses. That's what I was going to remind you of, but he already told you the result.
He already told me that it missed, yeah.
Well, you asked, so...
Yeah.
I did ask, yeah. I forgot about the Bardic. I could have maybe boosted it to get an image, right? Or maybe even him.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
The world may never know. We'll never know.
Mm-hmm. So, he's now on fire, it looks like, but not being hurt by it.
Haha, you're on fire. Oh, man.
Azlo, it's your turn.
All right. I think keeping up this hypnotic pattern is very important, so I'm just going to play it a little bit defensively right now and cast Mirror Image. So I will Mirror Image myself, and I could either hang out plastered to the front of this giant blimp, or I could fly down and get into flanking with Tokas, although that sort of defeats the purpose of defending myself.
Yeah, so you cast Mirror Image.
Plus Tokas is trying to take down the mage, so...
Right.
I think I just do that.
Yeah, I would say don't get into melee unless you're going to do something melee-ish on the same turn.
I don't know if you want to get into melee with the mage that's on fire.
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm guessing you don't want to be hitting that mage from close up at the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you're literally soloing 4 enemies on your own right now if you don't lose your concentration.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Stay on target.
All right, so I will go ahead and cast Mirror Image then. And let's see, actually.
Couldn't you just, like, float around and be a true, like, Peter Pan right now? Just, like,
yeah,
make yourself, like, annoyingly hard to get to?
That's true, yeah. I fly around, I do, like, loops around the ship. I do barrel rolls and stuff like that with my arms outstretched to either side.
Yeah.
No, I think I will fly down a little bit just to get closer to Shabba so I can shout to him over the wind and give him Bardic Inspiration.
Sweet. Bardic. More inspiration. So Bardic. Much inspiration.
And then fly back to my safety perch.
Okay, so you end up back at the front of the ship.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Shabba?
Ooh, boy. This is what I call a target-rich environment. So many options. And I definitely don't want to disrupt your hypnotic. I don't think I want to hit the helmsman, do I? Like, we kind of want him to steer the ship for the time being, don't we? Like, right?
But wouldn't it be more epic?
If the ship suddenly lurched, sickeningly to the side because I had shot him in the face.
Yeah.
It would
It's more fun,
It would be
Shabba.
far more epic. But I feel like
Embrace your inner Joker and just cause
just
pandemonium.
havoc. And then we just crash into the city and kill hundreds.
Well, you're actually outside the city. Well, you're outside the city walls.
Oh,
There's still the.
And flying away from it.
Yeah. There's several lightning shots I could line up at this juncture.
Yeah, I was going to say, I see at least one that seems good. What are you seeing?
I see 3. I see 1, including this mage, but of course that's 2 people who are hypnotic. I see this across the bow, getting the helmsman in it. I see this hitting the mage that you are fighting, who's now on fire.
And you're going to pull this off because you can fly.
Correct. Oh, there's the one that you highlighted, which gets 5 guys, but also Azlo and Tokas.
No, they wouldn't hit all of them because first of all, there's a mast in the middle, and secondly, there's a ledge.
Oh, right.
That's true.
Right. So if I shot
Elevation.
from the back of the ship all the way to the front, then, yeah, I certainly wouldn't hit.
Yeah, I think not killing the guy that's steering the ship. Does anybody else know how to steer this thing?
No.
It's not your normal kind of ship, Shabba.
I mean, how hard could it be? You turn it to the left, you turn it to the right.
It's just an
What's the big
aircraft.
deal?
I mean,
This thing also has X and Y. Mm-hmm. We don't understand. We're very primitive as far as flight.
There's actually a second wheel off to the right. You do one for up and down.
It's got foot pedals.
You got to worry about pitch and yaw. And
Well, couldn't you just simply do the 2 infantry guys on me?
on you, yeah.
Because can you get into position to shoot the wizard or not really?
Not with somebody else. I can't get into position to actually hit him and another guy. It would just have to be him.
How about this? Getting the guy next to you as well.
Oh, yeah, I can fly, dude. Hey, I can fly. I'm like Peter Pan. I can fly, by the way.
I can fly, I can fly, I can fly.
My movement is 60 feet, isn't it?
This is where we input Space Jam. I believe I can fly.
movement is 30 feet if you're going forward, 90 feet if you're going backwards.
And then you turn that into a spell song.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so if I'm going forwards, then I'm still affected by wind resistance and the speed of the ship because I'm no longer connected to it. Therefore, my speed is not equal to its speed.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I like the shot suggestion that I was offering, because you just move next to the mast, essentially, and get the 2 dudes that are on me without shooting me,
Right.
which
So-
Tokas likes very much.
So I bonus action Zeph to move away from the 2 guys that are in melee with me. I move down the quarterdeck stairs to the main deck, and then I line myself up with the 2 soldiers that are in melee with Tokas so that I can try and hit both of them.
Jay, you couldn't have planned a turn that I loved more.
Well, I went with your suggestion.
Oh, is that why I'm loving it?
What if you were to go over here? Then you could line up 3 guys.
I don't think that's a straight line. But then I'd be off the side of the ship, though.
Yeah, if you were willing to stay in flight and risk falling,
Oh, he can't move, attack, and then move again?
I can.
you could.
Yeah.
Well, wait, you're saying he'd be off the ship to get the right angle for this shot?
Yeah, exactly.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, that's true. I can move back here, just take the shot, and then get back onto the ship. I can move off of the starboard side toward the back, the quarterdeck, get 3 guys instead of 2.
That's such an epic shot, though. Like Shabba
Dives off the side of the ship.
Yeah.
You were standing on the deck before, right?
Yep.
So yeah, you just jump backwards, sideways over the railing. You look like you're falling and leaning back, and you pull out your bow, shoot, and yet you never actually fall because you were flying the whole time.
Nice. I will use the advantage from the Zephyr Strike. Oh wait, don't I have to get? I have to get even further back away from this guy so that I'm not technically in melee with him, because I would take disadvantage if I'm.
Not only that, I think you need to be further back so that the angle down the stairs isn't impeded. Like you're on a different elevation than two of the soldiers.
Right.
So you need to calibrate. Is that a 19-degree angle?
Right.
It's fine. You can get back there.
Okay, so I think if I get a little higher and a little further back away from the ship while I take my shot, then yeah, I should be able to get all three of them.
Lightning streaks across almost the entire deck.
Yeah. So I will use the advantage from the Zephyr Strike, take the shot, and that's going to do it. That'll be a 24 to hit.
Hits.
And then I got to make sure that I don't forget I've got a Bardic. Okay, so the damage with the extra D8 from the Zephyr Strike is going to be... oh, nice, baby. 18 lightning on the first two guys. Dex save 13 for DC 13 for half. And then the 2d8 plus my arrow damage is an additional 13 on the last guy. And then
Nice.
I'm going to take another 6. I take 6 more. Hey, worth it.
All right, so your lightning joins the rest of the storm that's been happening all over the place. That guy that you just hit at the end looks pretty wounded from that, but they're all still standing.
Ooh, okay. Now I got to figure out how much movement I have to get back onto the ship. So I moved 25 feet back, but I have the extra wind carrying me back. So I should easily be able to get at least back to where I was, but do I want to move somewhere else? I think I want to kind of partially go down the quarterdeck stairs so that I can hopefully only be attacked by 2 guys.
Okay, so you move back, move forward, land on the stairs.
Yeah. And that'll be it.
Okay, the guards close in on you again. One hits for 4 points of damage. The other one jumps over the banister, lands on the lower deck, and swings around to get you from below.
Oh, man.
Jumps over the banister and falls to his death.
Whoa!
Not that banister.
Also, concentration check. Shabba.
Correct.
No, he already used his spell.
I used the effect, but it lasts for a minute.
And you're hit again for 7.
Okay, I passed the first concentration and failed the second.
Oof.
That one guy with the bow is also still shooting at you, and you were shot for 8.
Yikes, I'm getting pretty low, guys.
We need to start dropping some of these guys.
Yeah, I'm dangerously low at this point. Like one more hit could bring me down.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
One of the other soldiers moves up and flanks Tokas. I have a hit with the first attack. Do you want to do anything?
No, it's well. I'm about to get attacked by a bunch of them, right? Maybe I should just shield off the bat.
I think so.
I'm gonna shield. I have plenty of first level spell slots.
No, you already used your reaction, so you don't even have that option.
Oh, yeah.
I did react.
Your reaction. Dang it.
And this is right before your turn anyway, so... so you're hit, and you are critically hit.
Oof.
Oh, wait. No, just the critical hit. The other one missed by 1. So you take a total of 17 points of damage from that hit.
Oof.
And it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm visualizing a pretty epic turn here, guys.
Good, because that's exactly what we need.
So you've got 4 guys around you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I Misty out of this cluster.
It's time to do the Berserker. You just hold 2 weapons out to both sides and then spin around in a circle.
Yep,
Works every time.
the old Berserker.
I wish.
Tried and true strategy.
Yeah, there is the cacophonous cowboy cleats. So I think I could...
That's right, you didn't end up using your Misty to get on the ship, right?
No, I Mistied.
He did.
Oh, you did, but you've got another one.
So I have 1 charge of free Misty from that feat I took a while ago, but I have 2 level 2 spell slots I haven't used either. I can cast Misty through those level 2 spell slots.
Okay.
So I could Misty out of this pack to get to Shabba. How would... let me ask you, Thane, because we have access to flight. Could I hover next to Shabba to try to give him my protection?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Probably as long as you're within 5 feet.
So I'm going to bonus action over to you, Shabba.
So you teleport to the other side of the staircase that he's on the railing?
Yep. And I just want to be within 5 feet from my fighting stance. And then I'm going to drop an interesting spell. We have some new AoE. And Tokas kind of... maybe pulls some vials out of his jacket and starts mixing some things and starts creating this this strange sphere of like napalm.
Oh.
And
Whoa.
And I chuck it and it'll be in the middle of that pack of 4 with the mage.
Where you just were.
That you just left, yeah.
Where I just left. I guess I could do it in the other order. I could conjure it and leave it where I am. I just don't want to get hit by it myself.
Yeah, seems wise.
Yeah. And I will release this orb on my enemies.
What is this?
This is Flaming Sphere. I conjure a flame. I finally have a spell that's like worthy of a wizard. All the way at the end of the campaign. Yeah, it's wizard druid only, so it's exclusive.
Okay, so it only deals damage if they end their turn next to it, though.
Oh, really? It's not going to work the way I want? But I can move it.
You can move it as a bonus action, but you already used your bonus action this turn.
Yeah.
So it'll be there and able to be moved next time.
So it's not preemptive. I get what you're saying, Thane. It's a more reactive AoE.
Yeah, it's just tricky because it's at the end of their turn, so kind of no matter where you put it, they move away. So it's probably best on someone who's like locked in place or that kind of thing. Or, of course, you have the bonus action, move it.
Yeah, the mage is blocking the door, so it would force him to either take damage or leave it.
Oh, that's true.
Well, if he leaves the door, what, would Azlo just fly into the door is the plan?
That's what I'm hoping to do, yeah.
But then you're fighting that mage with the scepter alone, theoretically.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what I could... So if I place this attack, maybe over where Shabba and I are, it would be preemptive, right? Or I could even block off. Couldn't I also, like, deter them from going after you, Brian, with this flaming sphere?
He's already kind of hidden from them.
Yeah.
So you're telling me this spell stinks?
It's useful in some situations, and it could help here. But
All right, I have a different idea. What about my Rhymes Binding Ice?
It's always an icy choice.
So what if I misdeed, and then I could just normal move to where I want to be in the end anyway?
you could hit all of them with the cone from where you were ending up.
Oh, that's tasty. That looks beautiful.
Wow.
What a cone.
I mean, that's like a delicious ice cream cone right there.
It's like a snow cone on a hot summer day. That's what it is.
Does that even get the mage?
You only don't get the mage, that's the only problem. What's the actual distance?
It's really borderline. What if I was here?
You can get the mage instead of the guy in front of you.
Is that what the exchange is?
So you can hit all 4 of the ones that you are leaving with this and
Yeah.
still be next to Shabba.
But then I'm not actually on the ship.
You can just move over there.
You could be on-ish.
Okay.
You can always finish your movement afterwards, right?
Okay, so I will move in such a way that I can pizza all the people that were surrounding me. And I will blast them with a cone of powerful cold that may really... This is my last level 2 spell slot, though, guys, because I had to blow... To get out of that mess, I had to blow Misty Step.
Yeah.
Worth it.
But I think it's worth it.
Alright, so everyone there makes a Constitution save.
Yes. Or no, don't I roll 3... It is a con save, isn't it? For half. Save for half, right?
Save for half and to not be hindered.
Yeah. I'm going to roll 3d8. Oh, not bad. That's actually a pretty good roll for 3d8, so that's 13.
Unfortunately, my lowest roll on the dice was a 16, so all 4 of them passed.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Man.
All pass. But does half damage.
Yeah.
Yep, and they're not frozen.
Still a good cluster.
Half damage is more than no damage.
That's right.
So it rounds down, or does it round up?
It rounds down.
Does that break that guy's concentration? The mage is sustaining flame.
He is still not using a concentration spell.
That's not
Oh,
a
wow.
concentration spell. Oh.
Dang, man.
Okay. Tokas isn't done with his turn. Hang on. I think I should action surge, and I think I should do something stronger to help Shabba. What about this idea, guys? I blow my action surge, and I use my action to grant resilience to Shabba so that he's less likely to go down.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a sweet idea. Does it gives him resistance against damage?
Yeah, you can expend 1 charge as an action, so I'd have to action surge to get access to this. To grant resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage from non-magical weapons for 1 minute to a creature you can see within 60 feet.
Wow.
I could administer a healing potion that also might just be just as effective. You are at 6. It would essentially give you, quote-unquote, 12 hit points if I resilienced you. If I administer a healing potion, which we have good healing potions, that also could be...
Will the resilience go away if he drops to 0?
No.
Okay. Then, yeah, that might be worth it.
It lasts a minute no matter what, I guess, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to action surge, and I'm going to do that to you, Shabba.
Wow. Thanks.
I expend a charge and reach into the armband of Altoria. For strength. Shabba, you must live.
And you feel newfound fortitude springing up within you.
Wow.
Skin gets even more stone tough.
Stony.
Pebbly?
This feels great. Tokas, I can see why you like this thing so much now.
Your protrusions feel even more pebbly.
And protrudy.
Bouldery protrusions.
This is all upside for you. I'm the one that takes the exhaustion.
Yeah, that's true. I get none of the negative side effects.
Should I bonus action to go ahead and...
You've already used your bonus action.
I've already used my bonus action because action surge for the quadrillionth time, Sean, does not refresh your bonus. I could move again, but I'm good. I'm happy. I'm done with my turn.
Okay, Stripey is doing or not doing his thing.
Stay strong. Stay strong.
Brian, do you still have other AoE spells that wouldn't interrupt the...
Hypnotic pattern.
I understand why you went for mirror image, but you could be like thunder waving and stuff maybe, right?
I could be thunder waving.
Okay.
I was just considering Thunderwave until I watched two of the guys move away from me. So I would have been able to hit all four of them.
Two of the four soldiers, or two of the four that were surrounding you before, move to again try to surround you. One of them hits for 7.
Ooh, maybe I should shield. They're going after me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I would shield.
Is it too late?
You can shield.
Okay, I'm going to shield because there's probably more attacks coming.
Okay.
All right.
That shield turns 3 hits into misses.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
ROI.
Just for the first 2 guys to attack you, so who knows?
Shield FTW.
This combat's not going so good, guys.
It's going well, it's just hard, I feel like. I mean, it's not going poorly. We're like hitting, we're dealing damage. It's just a very difficult situation we find ourselves in.
Okay, Shabba, make a strength saving throw.
And if I refuse?
Then you fail.
Alright, well I do have a bardic, so let's see how this works out. It's a 13 without the bardic. I feel like I use the bardic here. I feel like this is a good opportunity. Alright, so it's a 17 with.
And that inspiration turns it into a success.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you see a familiar spell that you've seen before as yellow tendrils erupt around you and try to grasp you and hold you in place, but you manage to break free of them.
Oh my, gross.
That was the mage that was blocking the door. But you've resisted his spell, so circle around to Azlo's turn.
Alright, listen. I'm sick and tired of that mage who's blocking the door. Azlo flies down. He's gonna dish up the old psychic lance.
Oh boy. Wow, bringing out the big...
You're just going to blow up his brain.
So I'm gonna fly down and land on the foredeck, standing right behind the banister over top of the guy's head, and point my finger down right on top of him, unsuspectingly, and lance right through his face, head.
Through the back of his face.
Yeah.
Hit the back of his face. So he makes an intelligence save.
Go through the back of his head to the front of his face.
Mage, the back of your head is ridiculous.
16.
Ooh, I think that just fails.
Yep, fails by 1.
Alright, so here's my fireball, 76 damage.
Ooh.
He takes 76 damage.
Oh my.
Alright. 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 6 is...
Oh yeah, it's not an attack roll, it's a saving throw, so the mirror image doesn't come into play.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
Sure doesn't.
That's ginormous.
Whoa,
I didn't
dude.
even think about that.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
So 8 plus 6 is 14.
Did the mirror image have any interplay with the frost attack from...
No, because that's an area effect.
Yeah.
Because it's area of effect.
Ooh. 14 plus 5 is 19, plus 4 is 23, plus another 4 is 27.
Plus
6
yes,
is 33.
33
That's
damage.
insane.
Alright. So you land on the deck, hold your hand out, and just fry this mage's brain, and he collapses to the deck.
Sweet.
Yes. Oh.
Yes, got him.
So
Finally.
good. So good. Hashtag worth it.
How many times can you do that spell?
That was my last one.
Oh, okay.
Well, both of the casters on the surface have been neutralized.
Other than that...
Do what you want to do. Just because I was saying don't fly after the other mage doesn't mean you shouldn't follow your heart, Brian. We support you. We'll tango with these guys all alone up top deck. You go get that scepter.
I really want to, but it's such a tough fight. I mean, there's still 5 guys up. We haven't, other than that mage, we haven't dropped anybody yet. They're all still fighting.
Yeah, we really, really need you up here, actually. But I can't control your turn, and I don't intend to.
Only you can control your forest fires. I mean, your turn.
I'm wondering if I should try to draw like a little bit of fire away from you guys. So I'm wondering if I drop down where that mage was standing in front of the door, just to get like maybe the guy who's standing there next to him, maybe one of the other ranged guys.
How many guys actually are ranged? There was only one with a longbow out.
Only one of them who's still using a bow.
Okay. But do the others have bows?
One of the ones that's in melee with you has a bow.
Okay.
The rest of them don't.
What about your bonus action this turn, Brian? What about optimizing that? You have a couple different things you could do, right?
I can do Bardic Inspiration. That's about it.
Couldn't you also slash that guy?
Only if I attack with my action can I bonus action second attack.
So that's how that dual wielding perk works. It's only if you already attacked, you get to attack with using the bonus. But yeah, I mean, how many more bardics do you have to hand out?
2 more.
I mean, maybe on Shabs?
I think you both use yours. I think Shabba, if you
I just used mine, yeah, on the strength save.
So I will Bardic Inspiration Shabba, and I think I will actually stay up on the foredeck, and I'll kind of like hang out right behind the banister to hopefully, if I do get attacked, that gives me a little bit of cover.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't afford to lose your hypnotic.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just stay there.
Okay.
To our listeners, this fight's looking kind of dire. Like, if we lose the hypnotic, it doubles the amount of combatants we're facing.
They gain another caster again. That happens. Shabba?
Okay, so hear me out. Okay, assuming we can still fly, can I, like, just test? Can I, like, lift my feet off the ground to see if I can still fly?
Yeah, you still have the fly spell.
Okay. With spike growth, people in the area only take damage if they move, which means that I could cast spike growth including the hypnotic people in the area, and it would not break the hypnotic. So what I'm thinking, Tokas, is...
That's true.
I spike growth the main deck, and you and I fly up to the front by Azlo.
And we don't take any damage since we're flying.
And then we say, hey, come and get us.
Yeah.
They do get to make perception saves to know if there's spikes.
They would automatically see it.
They'll definitely see it, but...
Are all of these soldiers equipped with both polearms and longbows?
Two have bows. 2 do have longbows, so we could like take cover behind the mast.
Some of the hypnotized ones also have bows, but none of the others that are active.
Okay, so that's a way to crowd control.
Yeah.
It's a Punisher effect. If they come, they take some damage, or they stay put.
Right.
That's a really cool use of your turn, man. I like it.
That's what I'm thinking. So
I dig it.
I don't know if I can protect you, though. Like, are you going to fly away and take a reaction hit?
I am going to cast as a... Oh, can I cast a bonus action spell?
You can't cast 2 leveled spells.
Yeah, okay.
Does my fighting stance protect him from opportunity attacks?
It can.
How many opportunity attacks does Shabba take here?
There are 2 guards next to him, so that would be 2 attacks.
So I can only protect him once. I mean, do you want to take that gamble? Do you even need to move?
I don't need to, no. I could just cast the spike growth, but then the whole idea is that they wouldn't be able, even the guys who aren't hypnotic wouldn't be able to attack anybody next turn unless they come over to see us.
Yeah, if we're gonna get attacked anyway, do the flyaway strat and let's see what happens. I can protect you. Ideally, I can give disadvantage to one of the 2 opportunity attacks you're about to take. You have resilience. And it's not like as a bonus action you can chug a healing potion. That's a full action.
Right.
I say risk it.
Yeah, so I could get all of them except the helmsman.
I love this idea. I mean, we need to employ some AoE, and my super awesome napalm flame spear thing wasn't the solution.
Right, so then next turn I could cast Zephyr Strike and then fly out without taking the attacks. So I cast Spike Growth as my action on the main deck to cover everybody except the helmsman.
There's also one other guard who's...
Oh yeah, and one other guy who's next to me.
Couldn't you get everybody in that? Even if it's yourselves, you have fly, so you can fly out of it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I could get the other guy, but then I would get the helmsman too, and I want to have more of it between them and us so that they're running through more of it to get to us. So I keep it around...
Toward the port side of the ship.
Yeah, toward the port side. All right, and I don't think there's anything meaningful I can really do with my bonus action.
And you're not moving?
I don't think I should because I'll take attacks.
You can move right to the other side of the guy on the railing,
Oh, that's true.
on the upper decks. That way you only take one attack of opportunity.
I would move before casting the spell, so you don't have to worry about concentration.
Oh, that's true.
Okay. Well, so I'll still take an attack from the one guy that I'm moving away from.
But I can protect you from it, theoretically.
Theoretically, yeah.
You have disadvantage anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
But disadvantage is pretty darn good.
Is it worth it? Is it worth doing that?
If you rotate around, you're less... I don't know if... Is that actually that good? Isn't that a staircase? Am I actually blocking for Shabba if you make that maneuver?
He's on the staircase, so you wouldn't really be blocking it, no.
Yeah, I feel like you're already in the best defensible position I can offer you. You only have 2 enemies able to actually get to you with melee attacks that we're aware of. I mean, they have pole arms. Maybe they have reach weapons. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm good where I'm at and don't have to worry about taking a potential attack, even if it's weakened.
So, thorny spikes burst out onto the deck of the ship, covering most of the visible area on the lower levels, and a little bit going up to the back.
All right.
Thane, you forgot to mention that none of them noticed the spikes happening.
No, they all noticed.
Well, right after that, the one next to you gets to attack. Are you going to do disadvantage on the first attack?
Yes, please, Shabe. Yes, please.
I absolutely do.
So that one's a miss. However, the second attack is a hit.
Uh-oh.
For 11 points of damage, cut in half because of your resistance.
All right, so that's 5, so I'm at 1. Oh, boy. My goodness.
That works out great, and that was the most defensive thing I could have done for you. That was better than a healing potion. Right? The healing potion might not have healed you for 11.
And the other one who would have shot Shabba has Tokas in the way, so you're providing cover.
That's the other thing that I was thinking of is that, yeah, Tokas becomes in the way from that guy across the ship, across the quarterdeck.
This is so awkward because at any second our flight could stop. We have to stay on solid ground, or above solid ground.
Yeah.
He's actually going to shoot at Azlo instead. Azlo also has cover, but...
Azlo also has images.
That's true.
Yeah, cover and images, that's true.
Look at all those bards at the front of the ship. Kill them! Kill them all!
He's still going to go for Azlo. So one's a miss, one's a hit on some target.
Okay. That's a 6 on the die, which is...
Hits an image.
Just a hit. Yeah.
Which is good because it would have been a critical.
Okay. Just a hit on an image.
And one more guy can reach Shabba, and he's attacking.
Uh-oh.
And he hits exactly with one of his attacks.
Oof.
And brings you down.
Shabba, no.
Crying out loud. I used my stone's endurance. Nothing else I can do.
And that also brings down the spikes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Just barely hit. And one other one runs over towards Azlo.
Is that with Shabba's upgraded armor calculated? Just to double check that, make sure everybody's numbers are updated.
AC 17?
Didn't Shabba's armor improve?
I think so. Let's see.
Did a while ago. 17, right?
Did your armor improve when you got the new armor?
My the Shadow Drake armor is AC 13, and then my dex bonus is +4, so it should be 17.
Okay. Hey, sorry, just doing our due diligence there.
Worth the double check, yeah.
Right. One of the other soldiers circles around, goes up the stairs, and attacks Azlo. Those are both hits. Do they hit you?
Oof, 2 hits. Let's see. Got a 5 on the die.
That hits you.
Which means that hits me. And an 11 on the die, so that hits a duplicate.
Okay, well, once again, the duplicate takes a critical hit for you.
Wow.
But the first hit still deals 8 points of damage. And concentration.
Alright, concentration check. Ooh, that was a total of a 6.
You could theoretically get the hypnotic back up, couldn't you?
I could, yeah.
I could heal Shabba, and according to what Thane said earlier, you'd still have the resistance.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And I could bonus action heal myself. We're still in this. It looks really bad, though. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Listeners, this is really bad. Like, this is very bad.
Shabba is down. Tokas is at half health.
Stripey is cratered.
Stripey is out of the fight. We still have about half a dozen guys around us.
He's chromanticrated.
Man, how good would he have been in this fight, too? Like,
I know.
Yeah, that would have been the strongest Stripey we've ever seen. Stripey with the strength of a giant.
I also did take 12 damage from my 2 lightning shots. I rolled sixes both times on those dice. That was significant.
Alright. Tokas.
Okay, so what was my plan again? Okay, so heal Jay, heal myself. The armband is a bonus heal, so I should be able to do it. Do I even need it, though?
You can also second wind.
Second winding, though, doesn't heal me basically to full, and I'm not necessarily trusting of it. I get what you're saying is, like, do I really want to knock Tokas out in such, like, we're crunched, right? There might not be much time for rest in between encounters. I was very hesitant to even use the first charge on the armband. How much does second wind heal me for these days?
D10 plus your level.
Okay, I'm at 33, D10 plus my level. I still have some level 1 spell slots, so I still have access to shield.
Second wind is more of an option if there's nothing else you want to do with your bonus action.
Yeah. I'm just trying to parse out, do I do the big heal or just second wind? I'm going to second wind. I think that's a good suggestion. So, yeah, D10 plus my fighter level, right? Oh, wait, yeah, I mean, I'm a level 8 fighter, so it heals for 8 no matter what, right?
9 is your minimum.
I only rolled a 4, though, so it's 12.
That's not bad.
So that puts me up to 45, over half. And I pop open one of these extra awesome, like only the finest for Shabba. My best healing potion, the greater healing potion from that cultist. That's what I wrote in my notes.
Dude, I forgot we had that.
Yeah, and I'm going to dump 44 goodness down your gullet.
Is it 44? All right, healing potions D8.
44 hit points.
Another D4s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Greater healing potion, is that correct?
44 plus 4.
Yeah, 44 plus 4.
All right.
The potion's red liquid glimmers when agitated. FYI.
Thanks. I don't want to get it too agitated.
Hey, stop shaking me around.
Quit agitating me.
That could have been better. 8 plus 4.
12.
Yeah.
I accept gladly.
That's really bad, isn't it?
That's not terrible. I mean, especially with resistance.
But it's a greater healing potion.
14's average.
Yeah, 12 hit points is strictly better than 0 hit points, which is what I was at before, so...
You have 12 hit points with
resistance.
With resistance, yeah.
Which is like 24 hit points.
It is. Just like 24 hit points.
We're doing a lot of... okay, so that was my action, my bonus action. I've got a reaction to protect you with, and I should stay put to tank for you. I think that's my turn, dudes.
Okay.
Was,
you recover.
Solid.
Stripey, by this point, I think he's either stabilized or he's died.
Yeah. Yep. For sure.
But Shabba, how do you feel right now? You don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm petrified. I've been trying to hold back tears this entire combat. Every time DM Thane says Stripey's name, I want to burst out into tears.
We need you to channel that rage.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank goodness Azlo slayed the mage that killed Stripey, so he got the vengeance on my behalf.
So, guards attack Tokas, and you still have your shield up, right?
I shielded and...
Oh, no, you shielded last time, so you don't have it up now.
Yeah, so it's not protecting me anymore. I mean, how many people are converging on me?
There are 2 already next to you, and any others would have to either shoot or run around a long way.
Okay, well, just to tell my teammates here, I've got 2 more level 1 spell slots, both of which are probably going into shield. I also still have my hex charge.
Miss, 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 miss. One guy pulls out a bow and shoots with double 1s on his 2 attacks.
Yeah, you don't need good armor if they're going to roll like that.
And then another guard runs towards Azlo, goes up the stairs, and he's going to shoot just before getting into melee. 1 hit for 6 damage.
Alright, we'll roll for the mirror image. 13. So that hits a mirror image.
That's your last one, right?
Yep.
Okay, so no more mirrors for you, and it's your turn.
No mirror for you. Let's see. So I think Hypnotic Pattern is definitely the way to go again here.
Could he get somewhere where the melee attacks can't reach him easily?
By flying.
I was going to say I can fly up in front of the balloon again, but I'll take an attack of opportunity. So I want to move first.
Yeah, if you move first, take the attack of opportunity first.
And then cast. The problem is I can't fly past either of these guys that are in the front of the ship without taking attacks from them.
There's plenty of other places around the sides that you could get to.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I take off, assuming I can still fly.
Yeah.
It'll be awkward if you just jumped off the top of the deck and you couldn't.
Yeah, and then face plant into the mid-deck.
Right, and that's how we find out that the flight is over.
Yeah.
Face plant into the dead mage.
So I move away so he gets his attack.
Hit for 8.
8, okay. Alright, then I will cast Hypnotic Pattern. I should not get the helmsman, correct?
Correct.
So I will place it so that it kind of gets all these guys toward the back of the ship. It'll hit, it'll cover 6 guys, all sort of in the back half of the ship here.
And I get my saving throws again. DC 17 Wisdom, right?
That's correct.
And you're intentionally not hypnoticking the driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He was in the range last time, but he made his save, fortunately. He's been just kind of nervously watching everything that's happening and, trying to duck out of the way of the arrows flying by.
Just got to drive this thing.
I don't get paid well enough for this.
Forget this, guys. I'm leaving. He just puts on a parachute, just runs and jumps off the deck.
Dives overboard.
Forget this.
I'm reminded of like a random Jason Statham, or maybe it's like Jackie Chan I'm thinking of, but like there's like an epic car scene and he's like the driver, but he like gets in these amazing choreographed fights while he's driving the vehicle competently, like super fast. And I remember
Sounds like Jackie Chan.
Like it might have been Jackie Chan because he like raps.
Sounds like Jason Statham too.
It could have been Jason Statham, but he like whoever it was like wraps the assailant's like arm that they were trying to get him with in the seatbelt of the passenger's seat.
Right.
Just like, but he's still driving the car competently. It's just like totally unbelievable.
Gotta love it.
I feel like that's what's happening to this guy. He's like dodging arrows and still like driving the airship well. I don't get paid enough for this.
Unfortunately, only 2 of them failed their saves, 2 of the soldiers.
Wow. Wow. That's brutal.
And where do you want to fly to?
Now I will fly kind of off to starboard side, come up the side of the balloon, and again grab on to the sort of rigging there to make sure I don't fall.
Then you're out of reach.
So now all 3 of you are on starboard, pretty close to each other. Azlo more towards the front, the others towards the middle, back.
You know what? Now that I think of it, the 3 of us can fly, and they can't. Why don't we just bring down the whole airship?
Because we don't know when the fly runs out.
We were hoping to use it, but
Yeah, that's true.
I love that innovative thinking, though, Brian. You actually just made me think of something else, though, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah.
We should bust out our most powerful weapon. It's time. We should web the deck.
Web. Completely.
I was actually thinking the opposite, and now that Azlo's like up hidden in the rigging, I'm thinking, why don't I just spike growth again and then climb up out of sight?
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, you know what? Maybe the wand of web doesn't even really help us here, like I'm thinking it might.
Well, it definitely counteracts spike growth.
Azlo could bully some people with his Thunderwave to maximize the... You guys have some really cool synergy there. I just got to protect you, Shabba, and actually keep your concentration.
Yeah.
The mage runs towards the front of the ship, takes up a fresh position next to his fallen companion, and he's going to cast Firebolt at Tokas. And he's not going to hit with a roll like that. So, Firebolt comes your way, and you dodge it handily, and it's Shabba's turn.
Okay, so I cannot cast 2 spells in a turn, right? This is known.
Right?
Okay.
Unless one of them is a cantrip.
Dang it. All right, I don't get cantrips as a ranger, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the spike growth plan.
Ooh, spiky.
Ooh, the old spike growth-a-rooney.
We don't bust this spell out enough.
Agreed. It is.
Yeah, not nearly.
It's one of those things where situationally it's good when it's good and it's irrelevant otherwise most of the time. So let me see where I can place this to best exploit our position.
You know, anytime we're doing like placements, you know where my brain goes?
Math?
No, surprisingly. No, it's my years of experience as a young nerd playing stuff like Warhammer Fantasy and 40,000.
Yeah.
And so, like, you'd always both of you would always like metagame your different like mortars and grenades and like all your different like explosions and flamethrowers, and you'd be like, well, I feel like that's touching the feet of this one model, and like it would just always devolve into no, like it doesn't hit the guy. It's not on half the model, and he's like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, at least it scares him, like the explosion or the the magical bomb or whatever the like the mortars and
then line of sight too. Like if you have a bunch of terrain, you have to like get down to eye level with the model and like make a direct. But then there's like terrain in the way sometimes, and
It's like, that's half cover. That's 3/4 cover.
yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
yeah, and like that's the problem. If you don't have like a neutral third party, those aspects of the
You need
game
a
could
judge.
take forever, and you never.
Yep.
It's the game you never finish. Like if you're playing like a certain number of points against the other player, you never finish those games. It always devolves into like, well,
So true.
more of my people are dead than yours. I guess I lose because like you want to go home and like bring your models home with you. You don't want to leave them at the hobby store.
You're like hanging out at a friend's house. You're just like turn 2. You're just like let's just play video games or something.
Right, exactly, right? Yeah, I think war games like did a lot better pre-technology.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
It's been around for a long time. Tabletop like war battles.
They have, in fact, D&D started out as chainmail, which were rules for a larger scale combat, like skirmish combat type.
Yep.
Yeah, but even way before chainmail, there were things like 100 years ago.
Oh, really? Anyway, we digress.
I mean, that's like should be that should be the motto of our podcast. We digress.
We digress.
The Damage Guild. We digress. So I'm gonna place this spike growth right in, almost smack dab in the middle of the main deck, and I'm gonna get
Ooh, I like it.
7 dudes, 7 enemies plus Azlo in there, but everybody knows it's happening, so it's no surprise to anybody, Azlo included.
All right, so the spikes burst out, covering the whole lower section of the top deck,
Yes.
and going up the stairs as well, some of the stairs.
Nice. And
To
then
give you a nasty splinter.
yeah, no doubt. And then my plan was to sort of fly up like alongside the balloon, so I'm out of sight of these guys, but I guess I've got 2 guys next to me, so I'll probably end up taking 2 reactions.
Yeah, if you fly, he would get attacked, right? Vertical movement is still movement.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have 12 life points currently. 12 lives.
So I could impose disadvantage on one of the two.
Oh, I have your resistance.
You do.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to maybe be okay. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that assurance.
So you are going to fly?
I am going to fly straight up by 10 feet so that I can take my attacks and see if I die. I mean, if I fall unconscious.
Enough to be attacked, but not enough to have to go outside off the deck to fall to your death.
Right. That's
That's farther away, though, than my reaction. Aren't some of these guys touting ranged weapons?
They are, but it's only these 2 that I need to worry about. Once I get up on the side of the balloon, I'll be out of sight from everybody.
That makes sense. Well, hang on. I want to impose disadvantage on that attack. On one of them.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
The guy that looks stronger. I want to stop that guy. Wait, maybe you should have cast the spike growth after you did this movement.
For concentration?
If I do it after I do the movement, then I won't be able to see the square that I want to target, because I'll be up on the side.
Well, couldn't
You
you,
can
like
move,
move,
cast,
then
and move.
cast, then move?
Oh, that's right, yeah. Okay, so I can float up out of reach and still be able to see that spot on the deck before I go any further? If that's the case, then yes, that's clearly the right choice.
Yeah, there's enough of a gap up to the balloon before you have to worry about that.
Okay, I will do that then.
One of the guards, or one of the soldiers, does still manage to hit you with his spear for 7 points of damage.
So that's rounded down to 4 or 3?
So it's 3.
3, okay. Phew. Alright, so I float up 10 feet out of reach, cast the spell, and then continue to go up until I'm, like, alongside the balloon.
Right, you can see Azlo off to your right there, both just clinging to the side of the balloon.
Right.
Shabba, where'd you go?
I'm running bravely away. Bravely away.
Like Sir Robin.
Yes.
But Shabba, you left me all alone down here.
But that was part of the plan, Tokas.
Yeah, Tokas surveys the boat and realizes that he's surrounded.
Tokas, we talked about this.
And his friends have floated away.
We talked about this. You probably just don't remember because it was over a month ago. Even though in the podcast it was only like 10 minutes ago.
Remember the plan.
Tokas is just suffering from some emotional damage as he realizes he's all alone on the battlefield from what it looks like.
But Tokas, I promise you we talked about this. We discussed this plan.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing with the plan.
Oh, so you, even though we discussed the plan, you're saying that now you are perhaps in remorse.
No, Sean's fine with the plan. Tokas is drinking in the fact that he's alone on an airship with 8 different enemies.
Over half a dozen guards, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Makes sense.
And like neither Azlo nor Shabba are in sight.
Actually, there are 11 different enemies that you can see.
Oh gosh, really? I couldn't even count them all.
Although 1 is driving and 2 are sleeped, so...
Yeah, so I guess that brings it back down to 8. Alright, some of the guards start attacking Tokas as the only one left that they can see.
Do I have spell slots? I have 2 level 1 spell slots remaining.
Alright.
I can know if they hit me though first. You'd think I would know how the shield spell works at this point in the campaign.
I mean, I don't know how any spell works at this point. I just reread the descriptions every time.
Alright, so first guy, the one that hit Shabba, misses once and then hits.
Should I do it? Should I do it? I feel like I should use it, guys.
Wait, you already used your reaction.
Oh no, I can't shield to protect
shnikes.
Shabba.
Well, that makes that decision easier.
Shield.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm dead. I'm so dead.
You're not dead. You're fine.
How much do I take?
Dude, you have 45 hit points, bro. You're fine.
Well, let me go through all the different attacks.
Oh no. Thane's so excited. He's going to have a field day.
Thane's like, oh, I beg to differ.
So you're stabbed with a spear, you're shot with a bow. 10 so far.
It's so helpless. There's nothing I can do.
Can you resilience yourself?
Not right now. I could, though. It's an action to do that. But I could do that next turn. I mean, I thought we need me to, like, start moving people around, though.
Yeah, dog.
Actually, that's it. So you're only hit twice out of all the attacks.
Wow.
One of the guys towards the front of the ship starts maneuvering around, and he's going to come right along the edge where he can just look up and see Azlo clinging to the side of the balloon. So he took his shots at Tokas first, and then decides to move around and see if he can spot anyone else, and he sees you, and you see him.
Hi.
So now it's Tokas' turn.
Hello down there.
Man, I think that was a really good idea that Brian had to resilience myself.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I feel like we should have done that at the start of the combat.
So is Brian taking fire? Can I hear or see that?
Not yet. I think that guy shot at you and then moved to where he could see me.
Yeah.
We discussed this already, but is Misty Step now a spell that you can cast with any spell slot, or are you still limited in the number of times you can cast it?
I am limited in the number of times I can cast it via my level 2 spell slots, which are empty, and I've used the free Misty. Let me tell you about what I've got left, Shabba.
But normally, he can use his spell slots to cast Misty Step.
I can, but we've already expended all my level 2s.
And you have no level 1s?
I have 2 level 1s, and I have a Hex free charge.
Isn't Misty Step a level 1 spell?
It is a level 2.
Level 2.
Oh, dang.
So I am low on resource. Here's what I could do. I could just make my turn all about the armband. I could heal myself, and I could give Azlo resilience. It's oh no, creature you can see.
Oh,
creature you can see.
Oof.
I can't see you, Brian.
I think that for the sake of preserving your remaining hit points, resilience is a not at all bad idea.
Yeah, I mean, technically I get more mileage out of resilience. I don't think I've used my second wind. Maybe, resilience and second wind. There's a lot of enemies, and we want to mitigate as much damage as possible. So Tokas is going to resilience himself with the armband, and I'm going to second wind myself.
A glowing shield briefly envelops you as it seeks to ward away harm.
I heal for 15, because it's my fighter level plus the 7 I rolled.
Ooh.
Nice.
Pretty good. I go back up to 50.
Sick.
And Tokas is done. I'm not going to do any movement. I don't want to provoke any attacks. Holding it down, guys! Do something!
All right. Hey, I did something.
2 more in melee attack you. Hit. You have your reaction back if you want to do anything with it.
I do. Is this at the beginning of all these guys attacking me again?
Yes.
I feel like I should use it, right, guys?
I feel like that, yeah.
I should do it. All right, I'm going to shield and see if that makes it miss.
All right, so shield. That blocks the first attack. However, the second one was a critical hit.
Ooh.
So that goes through and deals 15, cut in half, so 7 damage.
Okay. Already paying dividends. Do you have your Stone's Endurance, Shabs? I feel like you might have already used that since you're so low.
Yeah, I don't have it. I already used it.
Is the Wand of Web inside the satchel?
Indeed it is, yes.
Okay. Maybe that's the next thing we should consider.
All right, that's it for successful hits. There were 2 guys that attacked you, one of them in melee and one shooting, and we're now all the way back to Azlo.
All right. I think what Azlo's going to try to do is fly down back around the side of the blimp here and get to about halfway across the side of the ship, and then he's going to cast Thunder Wave. So that is a 15-foot cube, which would capture 2 guys and push them in the spike growth a little bit, but potentially push them off the edge of the ship.
Okay, well, there is a railing there, so they're going to smack into the railing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's how that works.
Is that like not even a chance that it will knock them over? Do they get a save or something?
I mean, it's got to be a chance, but maybe not as much as if it was just like a cliff.
What if there was no railing? I guess Sean's just curious about like how knocking enemies off of surfaces works.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too.
Because like I feel like if it's a low railing, wouldn't they just like their leg like tip them over?
Their legs would hit against it and then topple over.
Exactly, right? If it's like below the knee.
Well, they wouldn't have a railing that low, but...
It's a legitimate question, not trying to metagame, just genuinely curious, because it's cool to like think about different pushes sometimes. I feel like Azlo has pushed an enemy off of a cliff before with Thunderwave. Didn't that happen at some point?
Maybe.
I feel like we've done this before. I can't remember what fight it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are no rules about being able to catch yourself.
Yeah, there are no saving throws or anything.
I really don't like that there's, it's automatic.
Yeah, I would assume that there's like a reflex save or a dex save rather.
Okay, I think because of the railing being there and it pushes, 10 feet?
10 feet, yeah.
Okay, so I would say the mage who's on the lower level and closer to you, farther away from the railing, has no chance of falling off. The guy who's at the top of the stairs, right next to the railing already, could fall.
Because it's just going to, suddenly he's just like, whoa! Versus the mage is more like...
Especially since if you fly down low, you could also Thunderwave up, and that kind of pushes him over the railing a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Could Brian do that? Could you position yourself closer?
No, it's mostly if he was closer to the wall already.
Oh, if he was close.
Okay. If the mage is closer to the wall.
I think that's still a pretty good 2-for-1, right? Like, you push the mage, and the mage takes spike damage, potentially. If he fails, right? They only move if they fail. How does it work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is still a great attack.
Do they get a save against Thunderwave?
They do, yeah.
This person makes a good point. They say, reading the spell description, I'd say that the check is the save for...
Whether or not it pushes the target?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, because they do get a save. And the result on the save determines whether they get pushed or not, right?
Yeah, if they succeed, they don't move.
Yeah, I'm just putting myself into those shoes. Like, if I were on the receiving end of this, I would absolutely want a dex save to not fall.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that they each get to make a save against being pushed in the first place is part of...
but there are lots of abilities that push automatically.
Oh, okay.
They're common, at least for players.
Well, so I agree with what you guys are saying. I think it's interesting, though, because you almost can kind of shortcut it, because in the case of Thunderwave already evokes a dex save. So, like, the way that we're doing it would be...
Con save.
Oh, it's a con save? Never mind. I thought it was a dex save. So it'll be a con save into dex save.
Yeah, this person says they house rule. I allow a dex save to see if they can grab the ledge and prevent the fall.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me.
That makes sense as well, yeah.
Let's see if this will get us a kill.
Let's do it. Let's see if we can knock some people off a ship. Alright, so they each make a con save. I'm going to cast this at level 1.
Yep, got to conserve those spells.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're most interested in pushing them. Like, the extra damage is gravy.
Right.
Is nice, but yeah. Going for the push.
DC 17, they both failed.
All right.
Ooh, a 7 and an 8 on my 2d8s.
Oh, my.
Almost max damage, so 15 damage.
Nice,
and the mage
nice.
is going to get pushed through the spikes and take an additional 2d4.
Okay, you want to roll that?
Sure. Spikes. 5.
Oh, that's healthy for 2d4, right?
Not bad.
That's like
Bad
average.
Yeah.
Exactly average.
Okay.
Not too shabby.
Well, you didn't roll below average.
That's right.
So that's what's important. Hey, 5 damage passive for you sustaining an AoE effect is great.
I mean,
it's going to do more than that if you sustain it, probably.
So you fly down there and let out your thunder wave as you swoop above the thorns, and the mage gets blasted back, staggers, and has his legs scraped apart by the thorns before slamming into the wall, whereas the other soldier on the stairs gets knocked into the air, flips backwards over the ledge.
Oh, he
Falls down screaming.
Yes! Awesome! Cue Wilhelm scream.